Hello everybody, Larry Young here again with another segment of OLaman Living Life with Purity. And today I want to talk a little bit about what an incel is. Now, an I-N-C-E-L. And this is a word that's become very popular in the current social jargon that's going on. We're trying to understand the mania of so many of our young women and why they're so angry about things, and what is going to be the answer to this? What's going to help them be satisfied or be happy about anything again? And an incel, we got to come up on an actual definition here. An incel was typically describing a young male not too long ago, and the incel was used to describe a sexless male, a young man who wasn't engaging in sex, wasn't interested in sex, had given up on trying to find a sexual partner, anyone to build a life with. They gave up on that, and they were figuring that it's not worth the effort and the pain and the what we call the embarrassment many times they felt in trying to ask a woman out or to try to engage him in any way, because the women were being so angry and unsocial towards them and very one-sided in their demands for some sort of an exchange rate going on here, that their time was so valuable that the men should appreciate them so much because they're giving their time to be with this man for coffee or dinner or whatever it might be. So guys are just looking for a way in to a relationship that goes with their natural feelings about things. So this is where God has set a design into our heads that, young men, young women should be looking at certain things that drive them towards their procreation thinking, these designs in their natural order. And when men were being blocked at this consistently, they got frustrated by it and they decided, well, maybe the problem is me. And so they gave up on seeking these types of things. They stayed home with their Xbox and a little bit of 3 minutes of Pornhub, and they were satisfied. They weren't getting a physical interaction with somebody, but it was as close as they felt comfortable with given the circumstances. So that was what drove so many young men into the quietness of their own homes and not going out and not trying to become social and not engaging with women. Well, at the same time that was happening, women were doing the same thing. They were saying a man is a bad thing. I'm a feminist. I don't need a man. I don't need a man for anything except maybe to pay the dinner bill if we go out, because that's his job, because I'm worth it. It's my time. So that didn't last very long. It didn't go over too good with the guys. So now you've got young women are being described as being incels, and they're not interested in having a sexual relationship with a man, but they will have a sexual relationship with a toy. And the reason I say that is because toy sales, sex toys in the United States, were at about a $15 billion industry. $15 billion. That's a lot of rabbits. Well, anyway, they suspect that worldwide that number now is going to go from 15 billion to as much as 40 to 45 billion. I'm in the wrong business. So I need to get some Tesla technology on my hands here and go make $1 billion. So the women don't want the guys. They would rather stay home with their toy, their form of Pornhub or whatever, and spend time alone and not involve themselves and make themselves vulnerable to anybody else. So they've decided that the way to protect themselves and to maintain power over their femininity is just to stay at home and rub one out for the team. So this is where we're at. It's a terrible behavior. It's going to have terrible consequences. Our birth rate is going down. We've got to have children. They're not having children. The only people having children are the people that want to take over the country and run the Western civilization into the trash heap. this is not a good thing for either side, for anybody. We need to get people back to being people and being understanding about how it is that they're supposed to go about their natural lives and be comfortable in that. So these incels on both sides of the issue are driving people into this standard of loneliness and isolation that is not going to work well with them when they get a little bit older and the hormones stop coming in, and then they get more resentment that they never did anything with their lives. It's coming. You may not think about it in your 30s, but I tell you, the 40s come along and they really aggravate you, and then the 50s just drive you right into those 5 or 6 cats. So this won't end well. It's going to be a terrible drive home for a lot of these people. All I can say is you just have to be understanding about this and try to encourage the young men and women in your life, if they're around you, to follow their instincts. Don't follow the herd. Follow what this is telling them to do, because this never lies to them. This lies to them all the time. But your heart will lead you to love. So in the meantime, I love you, and I'll be back.